What's going on, Bully fam? It's your boy, the educator, the scientist, Mr. Double Muscle Line Bulls, bringing you another quick episode of Breeders Hacks. All right, guys, so we are in the compound today. We're here at HQ. This is an episode that's been long overdue. So a lot of you guys been asking me about our setup, different questions, things like that. Today, I'm here to give you a walkthrough of the compound, show you where we're at with it, you know, how our setup is now, things like that. I know I haven't done an episode like this since like our first episode. So a lot has changed. A lot is continuing to change. So I figured I'd just give you guys a walkthrough, show you what we have, what we use, and hopefully it can maybe help you guys out with your setups. So when you first walk in, the first thing that you're going to see on your right is the tub. So I did an episode on Breeders Hacks about this, and you guys can go ahead and check that episode out if you want to learn how to make your own. We made this for like under $100 or something like that. No more than $200. This is the tub here. And before I even go any further, I had to stop and I just remembered Breeders Hacks hoodies are on the way. They're going to be available for pre-order on the website. It's fall season. I love hoodies, so I'm super excited to be having these. I forgot to mention it, to be honest. So Breeders Hacks hoodies, check them out. They dope. I love them. You know what I'm saying? So if you rock with Breeders Hacks, you a breeder. Even if you're not a breeder, if you just mess with us, get you a hoodie. Anyway, so all right, guys. So when you first come to the compound, like I said, you're gonna have the tub here, right? So one thing that I didn't mention on the tub episode that I'm gonna mention now is when it comes to the tub. So we have like 3 different hoses, and I'm explaining for each one, right? So we got this squiggly hose that connects to the Wizzy Wash right here, right? So I'll take the Wizzy Wash and I'll go ahead and, you know, clean all the kennels and things like that. And that's what that one hose is for. It has a quick release on it so that I can quickly release, I could quickly connect the Wizzy Wash and I could quickly disconnect it. So it also has a quick release on the other end, so I could quickly disconnect it and connect any of the other hoses. So this hose, like I said, is for the Wizzy Wash. I'll go ahead and connect the Wizzy Wash, and that's how I'll disinfect and deodorize the kennels. The next thing is this green hose, right? Same thing, has a quick release on it. So all I have to do is pull the sleeve back and quickly connect this hose, and I'm in action. I'll turn on the cold water, and now it connects to our power washer. So having a power washer in our setup has been like a lifesaver. It's great because it allows us to clean a lot faster, especially with the 4x4 pens. So it really just sits here, to be honest. It just sits there, and I have the wand right here, and same deal. After I Wizzy Wash, I'll go ahead and start power washing the kennels. You know what I'm saying? Which yet again makes cleanup, oh my God, so much more easier. So the last and final hose is this blue hose here. It's a high temperature hose. So this hose is for when we give dogs baths. So with this hose here, it can withstand hot temperatures and things like that. So that's why we have this hose. And same thing, has a quick release at the end, so we can quickly attach, detach, and, you know, switch between the 3 different hoses. So other people may have different methods. This is what we're using right now. I've been thinking about different ways that we could have the hose attached, detach, things like that. Quick release is just easy right now, you know what I'm saying? So it may change, but for now, that's what it is. I do want to get the backsplash going for the tub. It's just been a little bit crazy right now with moving and dogs and whatnot, so I haven't had the chance, but that's going to be another project. So the next thing, right, every breeder should have something like this, is having their shelves, their shelving with their different medicines and whatnot. This is ours here, right? So right after the tub, you get to the medicine cabinet or shelf or whatever you want to call it. Got all our medicines here. Have a lot of our soaps and shampoos here. Just stores a lot of like different stuff and things like that. I'm not gonna go into super detail, but if you follow me on my Instagram stories, you know, sometimes I'll just pull stuff off the shelf and explain why we have it and why we use it, you know. But yeah, this is it here, you know, nice heavy industrial one, so, you know, can support all the shit that I throw on it. So anyway, the next thing. So the next thing here is people always ask, you know, why do I have 2 trash cans in here? Because I got one over there and one here. This is actually for food. I store the dog food in here. It's just a lot easier than individual bags, and it's big because we go through a lot of dog food quick. So I got that box in there. I gotta remember to grab that. But yeah, dog food. So all right, so this is the one that I get a lot of questions about. So I'm gonna go over next. On the opposite side is the kennel setup, right? On the left side, you're gonna have the kennels. Each kennel is a 4x4, so it's 4 feet by 4 feet. And I figured right now would be the perfect time to show them, since I just finished cleaning them and the dogs ain't running amok in them right now. So, like I said, each kennel is a 4x4. When I'm cleaning, I'll pick the beds up and hang them on the wall of it, so I can power wash the beds too. Like I said, so each kennel, and these kennels you can get on Amazon, you can get them on Walmart, you can get them at Home Depot, and they're called Lucky Dog kennels, but they're just 4x4 pens, you know? So they're 4 feet by 4 feet, and they're 4 feet tall. So if you can see, you know, it comes up to like my hip. In the first episode, they had these rails that went right here above the hinge that opens the door. All I did was cut them. You know, I cut it on each side. So now I can easily walk into each kennel, you know? That's the one thing that also changed from the first episode. So I cut those, made my life a million times easier, because there's going to be a bar right here, and you either got to climb over it or go under it. So getting rid of that was like another lifesaver. So back to the pens, right? So like I said, each one is a 4x4, and it's a Lucky Dog. I've seen some people do the 6 feet ones that are taller. Whatever. This is what I use. I like this. So I got they're like horse feeders. That's what I put the food in, and then I use regular steel water bowls. I used to use the feeders for also water, but I didn't like the cleanup of those. I didn't like how they were getting. So that's just what I do, you know. And like I said, in the first episode, if you buy 3 of these kennels, because each kennel is meant to be its own 4x4 pen. So when you butt them up side by side, you're gonna have two walls basically on each side. All I did was take an extra wall and apply it to the back there. Then I took the extra wall from that one and put it on the side there. Then I took the extra wall from that one and put it in the front here. And that's basically if you buy 3, you kind of get the 4th one free. So that's how that works out. I did buy dog beds. These were on Amazon. They're supposed to be indestructible. Not so indestructible. So I decided I'm just going to go ahead and go with the Karanda dog beds. Those are supposed to be like the top of the line. It's supposed to be actually indestructible. So I'm going to give those a shot. They have held up for some time, but the dogs, you know, they're dogs. So they want to tear it up, and, you know, they tore it up. So anyway, so that's the kennels. So what I also did was now this flooring. Everybody asks me what this flooring is. This flooring is called G flooring. You can buy it on Walmart.com. You can buy it from Walmart. You can buy it at Home Depot. You can buy it at Lowe's, and it's just called G flooring. Now, this is the flooring that you would find like in hospitals. You would find it in schools, and it's the ones with the rings on them. You know what I'm saying? But the only thing that we do differently is we actually flip it upside down. So now the rings are actually facing the floor, and the smooth surface is facing the top. That's one thing I also forgot to mention in the episode. So the reason why we do that is because obviously the smooth surface makes it a lot easier. That all I got to do when the dog pees or poo, for example, if it poos, I can just take the poop scooper that I got right over here. I'll take the pooper scooper, you know, and pick up the poo, throw it in the trash, you know. Also, like, same thing for pee and whatnot. The G flooring is a great flooring if you're not going to get like an epoxy or any of that other stuff, you know, because it doesn't hold moisture. It doesn't hold smell. It really is like, it's indestructible. So the dogs can try to scratch at it. They have no luck. It's really, really heavy duty. So, and it's not really all that expensive. I think this whole run, I think it was like a 7x17, and it cost me like $200-300. So, and I've had it for I think a couple years now. So like I said, this is G flooring. So really, really good flooring to have. And you can just throw it right in your garage, you know, and they sell different sizes. So you're going to want to do it accordingly. The thing about the G flooring too that I did, that I personally did, is if you can see right there, it goes up the wall about a foot. So what I'm currently working on right now is I took kitchen backsplashing from Home Depot, and I put it on the back wall of the kennels. I'm going to wind up tacking it against the wall. So right now it's kind of flopping a little bit. But long story short, that's just so then when I'm power washing, things like that, it's not running up against the wall. When the dog, you know, is maybe dirty, whatever, shakes itself, it's not going all up on the wall. You know, it stops at the backsplashing. So that backsplashing goes up like another, I think like 5 feet or something like that. So this backsplashing works out really well, you know. So like I said, I bought that at Home Depot. G flooring, I bought that. One other thing I meant to mention when it comes to the G flooring is what I did was I actually took 2x4 and I ran it in front of all the kennels so that then no pee or poo can come out to where I walk. It stays in the kennels. So it forms a groove or a lip in front of each kennel. And I took like 2 or 3 2x4s and just ran it down the whole way. So that's one thing that also I forgot to mention in the first episode. Or I may have mentioned it, but I see a lot of people make this mistake when they try to do the setup, is they don't put a lip going around the kennels. So that's another thing that I did. So that's pretty much this setup, you know, as far as the the pens go. So for all the people who want the links as to where you can buy all this stuff for your setups, I'm actually going to tag all the products in the information center in breedershacks.com. So all you got to do is go to breedershacks.com, hit on the information center where there's nothing but free videos and free articles on how to, you know, from tube feeding puppies to how to clean the kennels, all that stuff. There's going to be articles in there. All you got to do is go to the information center on breedershacks.com and click on the kennel setup. And that article is going to have where literally everything that I got, everything in this setup for is going to be there. So if you want to see where to get the G flooring, things like that, you could go there. Anyway, on to the next thing. When we're walking now on the right side, we have the drop cages, right? So I recently got these like in the past year, and these were really more for the puppies, you know, and they work pretty good. I mean, for what they are, you know. I think some people have too high expectations of them. They're not kennels, they're not pens, they're drop cages, you know. So the cleanup isn't the same as the pens. I mean, sometimes the poop and stuff gets stuck to it. That's why it's nice about having a power washer. I just power wash them and things like that, you know. But they're pretty self-explanatory, and you can stack them, you know. So for example, we got the 2 stacked here, and then like we got the 3 stacked here, you know. And these are more for like puppies, you know what I'm saying. I still put the feeders in there. I use the little miniature bowls, you know, things like that. So same thing. These you can actually get these on Amazon. I got these on Amazon. So another thing real quick is yeah, you can see we got some of the shipping supplies here for all you guys that place orders with Breeders Hacks. Some of the MTG oil here. But yeah, so dry erase board. This is what I use honestly between me and my partner to keep track of things that got to get done, times, logging of when kennels were disinfected, things like that. It's really ideal to have a dry erase board because, especially say you're tracking your females, progesterones, you know, whatever you may be tracking, it's good to have that with your dog so you're not guessing, you're not forgetting stuff, because that's the last thing you want to do is forget anything when it comes to your, you know, your dogs, you know. So especially if you want to be doing this seriously. So anyway, another thing now as we walk further down is I gotta get that's why I keep talking to my partner about we're gonna either have to get a warehouse or open up this store, because all the website stuff has been taking up a lot of space. This isn't even close to it, but you know, this is some of the stuff here, your tube feeding kits, your syringes, some of the stuff up there. At the end, we are here. This is where all the magic happens. So this is where I shoot a lot of the episodes of Breeders Hacks. This is where I get a lot of my work done. So between packaging up some of you guys' orders and just regular day-to-day stuff that I do. So for example, I got the progesterone machine there. That's where we do our progesterones. Got the centrifuges. When we're collecting from our studs, I'll go ahead and put it in the centrifuge, spin it down to concentrate the semen. I got an episode on that coming on the way. We got the mini centrifuge there for when we're doing our progesterones, our label maker for you guys' orders, and microscope for, yet again, when we're evaluating semens, vaginal cytologies, things like that. So, and obviously all the stuff that we use. Relaxin tests, syringes, the list goes on, So I bought these actually, you know what? I'll mention these real quick. I bought these at like Lidl, little grocery store, and they're like shelving cubbies for like screws and bolts and things like that, and I just use it for all my syringes and things that I need. So I put it in this little corner here. It's been really helpful. I like it a lot, so that's another thing that I put in here. And I actually, this is new as well. This well, it's not new, but it's new for this episode. So I got this countertop. I bought it at Home Depot, like $20 or something like that, and it's like the vinyl. It's like a vinyl board, It's heavy duty, but you can easily disinfect it. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm doing my things, when it comes to progesterones and whatnot, yet again, you want to just have something sanitary. It's extremely sanitary, and my workspace is a little bit cluttered right now. It usually is, just because I'm all over the place when it comes to work. But yeah, so got the gloves here, got some antibiotics, disinfectants, all kinds of stuff, and then I got my portable table. I love this table, guys. This is one of the best investments I made. I bought it at Lowe's. I'll show you guys real fast. I don't want to hold up too much time, but just to show you guys real quick, right? So I take these clips and I'll clip the wee pads on here, so that whenever I'm doing blood, drawing blood, doing progesterones, whatever the case may be. But also, when I say I take the wee pad off, this top actually comes off. This top comes off, and now I can go ahead and actually click it in. I don't know if you guys can see. So I can actually click it in, and now what I can do is I can actually fold this table in half, as you can see. So I love this thing because now I can take it, it's out of the way, I can get more into my workspace, and you can bring that table literally anywhere. You can use it for stacking, whatever the case may be. But this table, I bought this, I forgot how much I paid, maybe like $40 at Lowe's. I love that table. So it just comes so much in handy when I have clients coming by, whatever the case may be. So like I said, this is the workspace, guys. When you take this breeding thing serious, you will eventually need one, without a doubt. TV there, sometimes I can blow up the microscope and show it on here. And then more supplies, breedershacks.com, more supplies, breedershacks.com. You don't even want to see the rest of that. My house is crazy with supplies right now. But anyway, guys, so another dry erase board that I keep here closer to my workspace when I'm actually tracking things and whatnot. Progesterones, reverse progesterones, things like that. This is actually the stand that I use to record a lot of my videos. I have it just hanging there on the wall. And yet again, more supplies up there, breedershacks.com. Then we also have the outdoor setup. Got the big kennel outside. They use the bathroom for that. I have an episode on that. It's an older one, but you can go ahead and check it out. They're trained to go outside. They go in the kennel, and then they have the rest of the yard to play. So I may even update that one as well, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick walkthrough of the setup, here. So as I've said, Double Muscle Line Amp, my partner, has basically the same exact setup. So what we're going to be doing is maybe, we'll do another episode taking a trip over to his place. He's like 15 minutes away, and you guys can see his. But like I said, it's essentially the same exact thing. So I'm always trying new things out, playing around with the setup, doing different things. So it'll never stay like this. And we're really working on upgrading the facility. We actually are looking to try to do a larger setup. I'm trying to purchase a building that we're going to put in the back. So it's always going to be changing, guys. And that's the key thing. The key thing is that when you don't have puppies on the ground, you should be always doing something, even if you don't have puppies on the ground. What I do is when puppies aren't on the ground, I'm worried about upgrading the facility, giving the dogs a better quality of life, because that's what it's really about. Especially if you make money doing this dog breeding thing, or even if it's just what you're passionate about. The dogs have to come first. The dogs should have a good quality of life, you know? So it's great to want to do all these other things, but making sure that the dogs live comfortably. And as you make more money and you become more comfortable, the same thing should happen for your dogs. They should be living more comfortably as well. And that's something that my mentor taught me. And I hope this was helpful, doing this quick little walkthrough. Maybe it gave you an idea for your setup, your kennels, things like that. And drop a comment down below if this was helpful. Give a like, share. And if you got some ideas that are actually great for your setup that you want to share, drop a comment down below as well. I love reading the comments. So, all right, guys, I'll see you guys on the next episode of Breeders Hacks.